Hello, hello. Okay, and we are live. And I will start with my intro saying, hey there, YouTube, slasher chicks and slasher dudes. My name is Alicia, and this is Slasher Chick TV, where we like to talk about growth mindset and negotiation strategies. So you never have to choose between this or that. You can always say yes to this slash that. And we are, oh, let me fix my banner because I am so excited to say this since I am almost a third of the way there. But we are on day 25 of 90 days of live streaming. And I'm super proud of myself for keeping my commitment to myself. And I realized, thank you, Dawn. I realized these are the ways in which I have changed since the beginning of this stream process. For example, part of why I was starting now is I'm like, well, I'm still cooking my meal prep for the week. And when I started this challenge a few weeks ago and I was doing my Sunday VIP reset, I was not being very VIP because one of the things I wanted to do was meal prep and it wasn't happening. And by now it's happening. So that's one way I have grown and changed through this particular challenge. And I think it is because of this one particular fact. There's this author, her name's Gretchen Rubin, and she has this book called The Happiness Project. And is that her first book? I can't remember if that one's her first one or not. But she, yeah, ultimately that's what she writes about. That's what she writes and studies is happiness. Um, and I had met her on a conference, at a conference once, and she said the simplest thing, which was the most profound. And it was, if you want to build esteem, you have to do things you deem esteemable. And I'm like, huh, well, that's, uh, that's pretty obvious, right? And one of the byproducts of doing this challenge is I wanted to rebuild my confidence as it relates to YouTubing, get comfortable with doing it messy. This is hella messy right now for me, okay? But I'm out here. I'm out here with my avatar only, with the AI fingers, and I'm okay with it, even though I can't stop looking at them. But still, and so as I was meal prepping right now, one of the things that I've been thinking about spaghetti all day, and yeah, was it a few months ago? Yeah, I think it was a few months ago at this point. I had gotten all this stuff together to do a YouTube video because some of the things I love watching on YouTube are people who do a bunch of, yeah, meal prepping, or they like make, or they do challenges with themselves about their menus and budgets. So I kept getting recommended these, like, I only $8 tree food for 24 hours video. So I was like, I want to try this. Let me see if I could make 3 meals out of Dollar Tree stuff. And I had gotten all the stuff. I actually recorded the whole thing. I just never like edited it. I did discover a lot of good food though that I was completely surprised. Like, this is at the Dollar Tree? So at any rate, I had made this like spaghetti sauce that I froze because I wasn't gonna eat it anytime soon. And I really just used like separate ingredients to make my own sauce, like crushed, like some tomato paste, some crushed tomatoes, and like some yeah, frozen veggies that I roasted to then like use the veggies for the thickener, etc. Blah blah blah. The point is now, as I was making wanted spaghetti today, I had that sauce that I could pull out of the freezer and be able to warm that up and have my spaghetti. And it just reminded me that I am not in the same place when I started this challenge as it relates to at least the YouTube part. Now, yeah, Dawn, the key is to keep going. I need to keep having some sort of action. That's the thing that I'm realizing. Um, that it's helping me to rebuild the muscle memory by making sure there is an action that I take daily. And that has been the live. But also some of the other things that I know might serve me well on the YouTubes, like commenting, research. Okay, sorry. Sorry to drink in your ear. I might have to move this microphone so that you can't hear all of my gulps because one thing I will never be, okay, I guess never say never. One thing I will not likely ever be is an ASMR channel. I don't think that's going to happen. But maybe if I do this, hold on. Okay. You should, okay. According to this, you can still hear me. It's probably a little more echoey or something to right now. But now I can feel like I can drink my drink without feeling like I'm gulping in your ear. All right. So, Dawn, when you say you miss going live, what's stopping you though? Is it the need for uh, perfection? Thank you. It gives me an opportunity to put up my thing. Because that's been the key theme here in this challenge is focusing on the progress of doing the thing over the perfection necessary to do it perfectly. Um, okay, well, here's the thing though. You're the niche. You don't need to find a niche. You're the niche. Do the thing with you as the niche. And then the things that kick off and pick up, you can do more of that. But I can literally name a few things right now that I know you got going for you that only you can do right now over anybody else. And that would be someone who is navigating through their dirty 30s in their new place while managing their career and natural hair care. Only you. Oh, and if you want to talk about it, we'll throw in the dating in that space too. But that's a very delightful dawn synopsis right now. Okay, so there you go. There's your niche. Now you do the things and keep practicing till you figure out where's your sweet spot, and then you're like, oh, I'll do more of that. So yeah, working on it in your head is all right. I'm going to give you another quote that I got from an author that lives rent free in my head, and this is from the author Mel Robbins. She has a book called The 5 Second Rule. Um, what's her other book? Her 5 Second Rule one is the most recent book, and she looked me in my face at this conference and said, "Alicia, your excuses are BS." She didn't use the BS. I'm using the nice words. But yes, Mel Robbins lives rent free in my head, telling me my excuses are bullshit. So Donnie, I don't want to hear it. Yes, that so you gotta look at that rewritten, and you don't have a niche. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. Okay, okay. I guess I could think of so many topics that people like that are looking for. You know how I knew they were looking for it because that's how I came up with the term "dirty 30s." That was going to be my show, and then they came up with the reel, and I'm like, hey, they stole my concept. No, they didn't steal your concept, Alicia. They executed on your concept. Someone else executed on your concept, and now it exists in the world, and you didn't do it. And okay, the reel was okay. It was good for what it was good for. It wasn't quite what I had in mind, but it touched on a lot of topics. So see, you could be filling in that gap right there that doesn't exist for women who are in that stage of life right now, trying to figure all that out. You could be filling that gap, Dawn, delightfully. That's all I'm saying. And that's just truthful. Because there's someone out there that's like, oh, there's my glasses. I'm sorry. Oh my god, the way this makes me laugh out loud. It's the loveliest. It's the cutest. Absolutely not, Donnie. When I say I am a woman of a certain age, I mean a certain age. And so that's why I am so intrigued also. This is See, here's another audience member that you would have. Those of us who are way out of our 30s that are like, "Oh, look at them." And we want to watch and we want to and we want to see how y'all do it differently and help you learn from our mistakes so you don't make the same mistakes twice. But no, Dawn, I'm in my early 40s. Um and yeah, it's nice to be able to share those lessons with others. Even if all they get out of it was to laugh at the story. Um, but oh my gosh, that had me cracking up. Hi, Marlene. Can I pin this comment? I would like to pin this comment. I don't. Oh, I can start. I love this for me. Okay, let me stop. Let me get myself together. Thank you, Dawn. Though I really, seriously, that just like made my day. It really did. I get that sometimes, though. Yeah, I'm like, I hear that, and I receive it and accept it. We will continue to touch and agree because I would like to look young as possible. I also am not against. I don't know yet, but I'm not ruling this out. But there may be a point in my life where I'm like, yes, snip here, pull it up tighter, and call it a day. But I'm not there yet. Um, so that's that's the my takeaway for today is the quotes that live rent free in my head. What were the two I gave you so far, Dawn? If you want to build esteem, do things you deem esteemable, and excuses are BS. And the other author that lives rent free in my head that I I really like Gary Vaynerchuk. I've been reading Gary Vaynerchuk for years, but so much so that like I even I guess I talked about Gary Vaynerchuk so much that like then my mom started using Gary Vaynerchuk quotes against me. Not against me, but as motivation. She never gets his name right though. So she'll be like, "Well, what would Gary Vaynerchuk say? Or what would Gary Vaynerslide do?" Like every name but his actual name. But it is meant to be encouragement. It's not. It's not on purpose. She's not trying to be disrespectful to Gary. She just, for some reason, uh, what Gary Vayner saying? What would he say? Like it's every name but. Wait, what do you mean, Marlene? You're waiting for an interview? Let's do it. I don't know what we're interviewing about and who's interviewing who, but I'm in. Both of them, as I would say. You know what? I also have not figured out how on earth do I chat on this on the StreamYard on my phone. I don't think I can. I think I have to be on the chat. Exactly, Dawn. Dawn, thank you so much for picking up what I was putting down because the fact that I couldn't type that right now is what I was struggling with, and I needed to be able to type it. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait, can I mod Marlene from here too? I don't think I can. Oh, I need to be on the YouTube's one. Um, oh, yes, I love that idea. That's a good, like, that would be a good, like, okay, I was going to say a good Friday night idea. Okay, not on YT. That's fine with me too. Now, because why I would say a Friday is even when I do force myself to be social, like outside of my home, I still don't like to go anywhere on Friday evenings. Like Friday evenings is okay, the week's done, and it's like my reward to myself to spend time with myself. I don't have to people if I don't want to on Friday evenings, and it just feels so great. So that would be my vote because that sounds like something I would love to do on a Friday evening, though, because I can do it from the comfort of my home, but also still enjoy great company. Because it's the leaving my home part that makes it next level. So yeah, Friday is for my relaxation. Saturday and Sunday is for friends. I'm not on the bay kick, but I love that for you, Marlene. For friends and family. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, Friday is my relaxation. Saturday, I also try to put in like any errands and stuff I have to do on the Saturday because Sunday I want to be back in like relax and prep mode as well. Um, like don't I don't have to be on someone else's schedule for multiple days of the weekend if I can help it. And by someone else's schedule, I mean anyone I've committed to. Like I'll be at a certain time by a certain place. Um, but this Sunday, yeah, I spent today with my girlfriends, and that was part of why I also got on so late, or else I would have tried to do it earlier in the day. But it was a very cup filling day, and I enjoyed it very much, and I needed it. So I'm glad I did that. See, yeah, that does sound like the perfect day for a babe brunch. See, now if I was into that life, Saturday would be the perfect day for them because that's our day. Because that's a great day to do stuff. If you have to do errands, you can still do them together or just get them done and then have more time available. So I get it, Marlene. I get it. And I think that you must be pretty enamored by said bay that you are actually speaking of them in this space because Marlene is like privacy queen. So this person is like, ooh, they have they have really tapped into that armor. I can't wait because we might still get some like bay brunch videos with like a mysterious hand here or there. Just, let me stop messing with Riley before she don't tell us nothing else. This is why the okay, we will accept that. That's all we will say too. Bay has your attention, and that is, and we will leave it at that for now. But everyone loves this for you, because I love seeing good people happy with other good people. It's awesome. Hi, Coach Cherry. Yes, I made it to day 25. Ooh, and I've been on here almost 20 minutes now too. Look at that. Um,
I saw earlier that your post from the Epcot flower thing, and your daughters are like mini me's. They look just like you. And it's so cute. Um, but yeah, that's those are some of the things that from doing this now for 3 weeks, 3 plushes weeks, I have continued to build my YouTube muscle memory, gain more confidence in the tools that I'm using, and engage more with the community. And I consider that a success so far. And I'm not even fully a third of the way there. But that getting to day 30 does feel like a huge milestone that will really feel like, all right, now what do we do from here? Like you're a third of the way there. What's the next what's the next round look like? Um and there was something else that happened in the YouTube news recently, but that it just totally left me. And it was something I was going to talk about today as it related to figuring out kind of what John and I were talking about a little bit earlier about what content works on your channel and how different changes that YouTube makes will impact you. And I don't I don't recall where it is. It just completely left me. But if it comes back to me, I guess I'll have to do a second live after that. So, Coach Sherry is over a quarter of the way complete of her goal of the 60 days of live streaming. And, I feel like I should name this. Although, ideally, my preference is I want to do consecutive days, right? And my backup plan is if for some reason I can't go live, at least have a premiere available. I'll consider that a success. But like if I have to skip a day, I'm not considering that I'm starting from zero. I'm gonna just pick right back up where I am on the tracker. I feel like I need to give that disclaimer. So I say that to say, like, if Coach Sherry now being over 25% towards her goal of 60 days were to say, oh, I didn't make it today, and she picked up and said, my goal was to do 60 days of live streaming, I'm not gonna poo poo on that. I'm not. Yeah, kind of like a diet, Dawn. That's why I named what my goals were, and that it was also to regain the confidence, build the muscle memory. But I'm trying to go at this with a growth mindset. That's one of the main things about the growth mindset. It's like, yes, do you have a goal? Yeah, you have an end game. You have a place that you're trying to get to, but you also think about the effort and the progress that is made and the lessons that you've learned along the way, and those byproducts are also some of the benefits that come from the path. It's not just about the end goal. So I will consider a lot of those a success as well. Now, how I will continue beyond the 90 remains to be seen. um, I have continued to, on the back end, like plan out some of my content. And I don't know if you had been in a previous live stream. I know Coach Sherry saw this, the Airtable tracker that I have. I have continued to put my ideas in there and make sure that I don't forget them in that way. But I haven't made the next step of like what's my actual then production schedule to take those to scripted content. But what I really my if I were to name what happens after the 90 days, I have a regular filming, editing, publishing schedule in that order. And I do it consistently. Um, in in addition to my 9 to 5. Now, just as I was telling Delightful Dawn around like what is her specific niche, I thought about like what are the things that um, are my unique advantage, or depending on how you like to think about it, you would just say your competitive advantage, right? In the market of these YouTube audiences. Um, so I have the benefit of living in a city. I think people find my city interesting, so I could leverage that of Philadelphia. Um, I think there is a lot of people that talk about being black in tech and being black and transitioning to tech, but a lot of them that do talk about it are specifically talking about either learning to code or moving into tech sales. And that's why I would love to talk about more non technical careers in technology. So, more about the operations or um, even those that talk about the tech sales, they do kind of touch on like the customer success or customer support side, but I still feel like there's probably more to talk about that in operations and customer success and customer support, because that's a great entry point where people have a lot of transferable skills where they may not realize. So that would be another thing that I feel like is my unique advantage. And yeah, being a woman of a certain age, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like there is plenty of opportunity because people want my market. So if I take those three things that are my unique advantage and relate those to the things I really want to talk about, like the growth mindset, negotiation strategies, what are some good, um, what are the topics I will have after that is what I'm trying to map out. So, um, now Coach Sherry, I actually think, but you do a really good job too of, um, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like your shorts. Your shorts have like a very full arc. You are really good at telling stories in that short amount of time. That you can get some good value out of that 60 seconds. So I could definitely see you being able to do the everyday upload without even a lot of effort or planning. Um, Even if some of them were also like you just show the behind the scenes leading up to your one of your speaking engagements or something like that. Yeah, I feel like you could probably easily do daily content. But that would be something I would love to figure out is like if I could daily vlogging. I like watching people do it, but how they manage it successfully, I do not know. There's this one creator that I watch. Her name's Deja something. I can't remember the second part, but she did this she did the 75 hard challenge. Um and recorded that every day and did an upload every day for that. And 75 hard is already hard enough. I can't imagine combination of doing both of those two. If you've never heard of 75 hard, 75 hard is this mindset challenge where you have to drink like 3 liters of water a day, choose a meal plan that you're going to eat during those 75 days, work out twice a day for at least 45 minutes, and one of those workouts has to be outdoor, and there has to be at least like 4 hours in between the workouts. Read at least 10 minutes a day, and if you do not do any day consecutively, like if you fall off one of those days, you start over from number one. And like that's why it's called 75 hard. It is meant to be incredibly difficult. So yeah, she was doing that challenge and doing all of those things every day and recording it and putting a video up of it. And I'm like, girl, that is like beast mode. And each one of the videos was like 6 to 10 minutes. Like, yeah. So um yeah, and that's why I asked you, Marlene. I'm like, yeah, how are you managing that? And you you said spreadsheets and angel dust. I threw in the angel dust with spreadsheets and organization. Um, So many of my shorts are remixes of long content. How do you do any remixes of your? Yeah, but I don't like them, Coach Sherry. I haven't found so far in the ones that I did that it like drove people back to the long form content for me. But I think that's also I don't have a. I think it can be valuable if you actually have a strategy for it. I haven't figured it out for mine. They haven't translated well, I would say. Um, Okay, Marlene has a live that she does Monday through Friday as a podcast on that channel. See, and that I think is an awesome daily upload thing of the podcast. And see, now Marlene, you correct me if I'm wrong too, but like you have the daily motivational things that you upload, but I am making an assumption that you probably record a lot of those in bulk though, so that you batch record them so you don't have to do it every day. um, and that's why I haven't gotten to the place, okay, good, where I have a consistent recording schedule of like, this is my batch recording day. So that's but if I could figure out, yeah, how to do that, successfully coach Cherry, I would be doing that too for sure. Um, but I did find a tool, Opus, that seems to help you do that easily, so you're not having to go through each one. But I'm curious, Coach Sherry, how you do yours. Like, do you have it in mind of, oh, this is the part I'm going to actually make into a short, or do you? Yeah, how do you figure out what part you would use of your long form content as a short? Um, all right, Dawn says I'm going to try to record. I'm going to my try a record day. I don't know what that means, but what I think it means is we're going to try a batch record day also. Correct me if I'm wrong, delightful Dawn. Um, but yeah, that's what I would like to do is, as Marlene so successfully says, batch recording, and also the fact that she has her content planned out in a way that makes the batch recording um, like having a recording day. And why wouldn't you? You're a content creator. Why wouldn't you have that set up so that you can create content, right? Um, okay, so I guess one way you could also do that is like when the moment happens, right? Write it down, etc. Okay. Wow, I didn't even realize this because it's been 32 minutes that I've been on here. Now, one thing I did realize is like this last week of making sure going live has been very much like an audio diary. I've used it to catch up on the things that, hey, here's challenges I may have told y'all I was doing, and here's how it's going. Um, to decompress after a week long work offsites. Um, okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to Marlene's point, right? I want to have a very clear 5 to 9, 9 to 5, 5 to 9 schedule. And right now, my main part of my 5 to 9 on the AM side is my time spent with me, which I might have to just change that around and include some of the recording. But it really, I want to use my second 5 to 9, the 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. schedule Okay, how about now? There we go. All right, so lesson learned. I got a phone call on the phone because I forgot to put myself on do not disturb, and even though I declined the phone call, then I couldn't get my sound back to work. No matter how many times I connected it and disconnected it, muted it, unmuted it, it was like But I guess that was also my sign to get off the live because that was my mama, and I need to call her back. So I don't know if mine and Dawn's mom just happened to both get on the same time frame right now. But and also, I did not see Coach Sherry go live yet today, so I'm assuming that's also in her plans. And I'm gonna see y'all over there, hopefully. But thank you for hanging out on day 25 of 90 consecutive days of live streaming so far. And I reserve the right to drop the consecutive if that's what happens, because we are focused on progress over perfection over here. So if there is something that you are working on, then I would like to cheer you on as well. Progress over perfection. Just keep going. Don't give up. And have a good night. I will see you all later.